Okay, so hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm a Reiki master, intuitive empath, psychic clairvoyant. I see things, I feel things. I help people transmute energy. I help people release things. I am a messenger of sorts. I help people to activate different levels of perception and awareness. So welcome. It's nice to see you. I was not going to go live, okay? I was not, but God, Adonai, has guided me. We are going live today. So if you are here, you are meant to share in this energy. There is something here for you. If you allow and consent to the energy transmission and activation, you only have to say, I consent, or I accept, or I allow, or nod, or have that moment within yourself, in your heart, where you connect to me. My energy is only for your highest good. I come with the purest of intentions of love, okay? I have been through hell and back on this plane of existence. I have been sexually assaulted as a young child, molested, okay? Been through plenty of dark nights of the soul, to the point where I even have literally battled demonic energy, okay? I can see them, I can feel them, and so I help to clear them off this planet. So if you're here, hi, that's a little bit about me, but let's see what Adonai has for the collective today. I'm feeling already a heightened sense of emotional awareness around my chest area. Okay, so there may be instances today where your emotions are so heightened, and I don't know if you just heard the beep, where things are going to be triggered, okay? Things are going to come to light. We have a full moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio is very deep, hidden, unconscious and subconscious emotions, like the deepest, darkest terrain of emotions that you could possibly endure as a human being, okay? These are all the things that are coming up, not only for ourselves individually, right, but also collectively, because as we go through things, so does the collective, and vice versa. We are all connected. Okay, we are quite literally always and always connected to Source, our God, Adonai. We simply have to just agree to tune in while we are experiencing these things, and that allows us to then anchor in the energy that we need for our creation, okay? So that is definitely a message for the collective today. If you're feeling this anxiety feeling, this panicky feeling in your chest and your throat area, I would like to say a prayer for you real quick, and also do some energy work to clear it out. So we're going to drop in. Taking a nice deep breath in. Holy Father Adonai, God of the Most High Creation, I breathe your light into me, and as I breathe it into myself, I breathe it out into the collective. And as I breathe it out into the collective, I know that you receive it, you pull it up, you transmute it, you alchemize it, and you allow them to ingest it in for their highest good. All right, now that that's cleared, let's keep going. Woosah, woosah, ooh, I just got chills all over my body. That was a big clearing for a lot of people out there. I love you. I'm glad I was able to help you with that. Let's keep going. Okay. 10 of Cups, what's poking out? Moon, what did I just say? Deep, deep emotions today, okay? So the emotional ties are definitely tied around family life, definitely tied around your interpersonal relationships. My attention is being brought to the cups, the threshold of the cups. How full are these cups? Are they overflowing? Are they spilling out into other areas of your life? Okay, and I know right now it feels like it's terrible. It feels like a detriment is what I'm hearing. It feels like anxiety and anguish and grief, and the reason why that's coming up is because these are these deep hidden wounds that are being called to be alchemized. Look, underneath that we have the World card, we have poking out, and then Temperance. Temperance card is a fully activated divine human vessel, in my opinion, okay? To me, in my opinion, the Temperance card is the perfect Christos template that is available to every single human that is incarnated on this planet, okay? This is the goal. This is where you're headed. But in order to head there, look where her feet are. She's got 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on earth. she or he is constantly alchemizing the energy around them, going from the deep depths of the water, bringing them up to the surface to be cleared. You see her pouring from one cup to another. That's alchemy. Notice how one cup is lower and one cup is higher. Higher emotion, lower emotion. She's pouring from the higher emotion into the lower emotion. Why? Why is she doing it that way? So that she can alchemize the highest versions of Adonai, our God, right? Consciousness, of energy, of source, of the galactic center, of our great central sun, okay? All of these beautiful source code energies. This is what a fully divine activated human does on a daily basis. And sometimes these daily basis instances are in calibration with the connections that you are in alignment with every single day. So these conversations you're having with people, my attention is being brought to my eyes and my face. So some of you may also be feeling pressure behind the eyes, headaches, tiredness, just feeling drained. This in itself is a message for you that there is an energy in the forefront of your mind that needs to be looked at, okay? The reason why the pressure is building behind the eyes is because it's something for you to see, to be aware of, right? It's literally God wants it to come before your eyes so that you can alchemize it. And you also alchemize it by allowing God, the essence of the Most High, Adonai, Source, Galactic Center, whatever you want to call God, there's no wrong name for it, okay? Allowing that to come through and allow you to see through the eyes of God is something that can also help alchemize the different energies that you are around on a daily basis. I know it sounds crazy, right? Like allowing God to look through our eyes, but why not? He created us in our image. You have the capacity to do so. You just didn't know, right? We're not taught these things. We're not taught to anchor in the highest levels of consciousness before we go into meetings. We're not taught to ground and anchor ourselves before we go into conversations, or even before we go out of our house into places and spaces where we are being called. Right? I got full body chills. So for some of you out there, that's very important. You're being called to certain places for a reason, because your energy is quite literally changing the dynamic of that place, of the terrain, and not only the physical terrain, but the emotional terrain, the mental terrain, the spiritual terrain, the energetic terrain. My love, it is all interplayed. Woo! It is all interplayed. And I know you can feel that. I know you can feel that, because I literally just felt that running through me. And that is the Holy Spirit, my love. That right there. You felt it. Anchor that. Remember that feeling. Call upon that feeling, because you have that within you. You have the capacity to unlock it within you. But what do we have to do? We have to alchemize, right? We have to alchemize. We have to go through what we grow through, and as we grow through it, we anchor in the highest levels. And as we're anchoring in the highest levels, we allow ourselves to access the highest levels. As we allow ourselves to access the highest levels, we allow others around us to access the highest levels too. However, remember, they have a choice. People always have a choice. They have free will, just as you do. Just as you have the free will to choose to anchor in the highest levels, some people have the free will to choose not to, and that's okay too. You respect where they're at, but if it's too much for your system to handle, you have to walk away. Ooh! You have to walk away. Why do you have to walk away? One of the main reasons why you have to walk away is because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? People will only meet you as deeply as they have met themselves. People are only going to question things as deeply as they've questioned themselves. And if you are the type of soul that is questioning everything and allowing information from higher sources to come in, right? Sometimes it's hard for other people who don't see that as a possibility to even fathom that's a thing. And maybe just by you leaving, right? When you leave, the calmness follows you, okay? So they'll notice when you're gone, their troubled, murky waters, they start to come back. They start to ripple out, and they start to wonder, like, what? I thought I was good, but actually they weren't good. They were just feeding off the energy that you were giving them unconditionally. But you realize that, right? And you realize, wait a second, if I'm constantly and unconditionally feeding them this life force energy, but they themselves are not making the change, and it's depleting me, what do I need to do? I need to go. I need to go, because then I'm just keeping myself trapped in this mental prison. I'm keeping myself trapped in an energy where people are not willing to actually learn and grow. And when you are the only person in that energy who's willing to learn and grow, swords are going to be thrown at you. And these swords are the mental constructs and the mental prisons and the emotional prisons that people have themselves trapped in. And when they see you escaping it, they're like, whoa, no, we're here. How dare you? Right? How dare you try and free yourself? And you're like, what do you like this? You like feeling this erratic? You like feeling this stress? You like feeling this sense of desolation and isolation and just decay? Like, you like that? You don't want growth, you don't want life, you don't want love, you don't want wonder and awe and amazement and bliss and joy? What? Like, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go, and you have to release those past things. And sometimes those past things are actually people, right? Because sometimes the people get stuck where they are, and that's okay. That is okay. But like we said, in order for us to make sure our cups are full, we have to make sure that we're standing in our authority, but also standing in our centered, grounded mind and knowing, like, okay, if this situation is not changing, yet I've done everything that I possibly could, I need to go. Right? I need to go. I need to protect myself. And as I protect myself, God will continue to protect me. Why? Because if you are in the path of allowing yourself to connect to the Most High at all times, then that is what will be done, right? When we allow ourselves the emotional intelligence to move past certain structures and systems that have been keeping us oppressed for so long, we get our wish fulfillment. Why do we get our wish fulfillment? Because we do the work. Because we cut the cords that are necessary. You see, we have the King of Swords with the Five of Wands in reverse, right? This is basically saying we are not engaging with chaos. We're cutting it off. Okay? We're cutting it off. We don't need that. We don't need that in order to survive. We're recognizing that peace is actually the perfect cornerstone to stand on. That love, grace, and compassion. But all that is a choice, right? We always have to have that choice of anchoring in that. And that is of the highest God. Okay? Allowing ourselves to do that allows us to humbly release any old religious constructs that we may have, any old mental and emotional constructs that we may have, any scapegoaters that are still ploying on people's emotions to get people to do things that they want. Right? And I know you see it all the time too. Just like we have people here now. And that's okay. Right? When Jesus was preaching, who could not stand him? The Sanhedrin could not stand what Jesus was saying. And you're going to face that too. And that's okay. That's okay. I know who I am. And I know who God is. And I know that as you continue and allow yourself to anchor in the consciousness of God, the love of God, the light of God, you will then allow others to do the same. But again, it is a choice. Three of Wands. You have to have that choice. It's up to you. Nobody else can decide to do that but you. Right? Nobody else. But once you do, everything will change. And the reason why things change is because you're allowing creation to step in now. You're allowing God to make way. You're allowing God to part the seas, essentially. Okay? And when we look at the seas from a metaphysical perspective, water represents emotion. So when Moses parted the water, right? God parted the water for Moses. God basically helped Moses clear a path through that emotion, that thick, heavy emotion, if we're looking at it from this metaphysical perspective. And God helped Moses cross not only himself, but the people that were following him into the promised land. Right? And then once they got safely across, God closed it up again. I was like, I got you, babes. I love you. You're my baby. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing. That's not what it says, but you're my baby and I love you. I got you. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this reading helped you guys. I hope. It is my most divine prayer and hope for all of humanity to be able to make it past everything that they're working through. Because I know you can. I've done it. I'm here for you. I'm here supporting you. Even though you don't know me, maybe this is your first time seeing me. I love you regardless. I don't need to know you to know that I love you. Because you're a child of God. Okay? I love you so much. If you need anything, reach out to me. I will never message you first. I don't do that. I believe in boundaries, right? Boundaries are beautiful. We have them for a reason. Okay. So yeah, I am in New Jersey too. So if anybody is local to New Jersey and you want to message me, we could be friends. Hi. I always love making friends. I love talking about God too. Also, fun fact. So God was like, get this book. Okay. So I got it. And I'm not here to like tell anybody to get it, but I'm just letting you know what happened. So I received this book in the mail on Thursday. I was at work when it came in. And I was sitting outside after work. I work till like 10 o'clock, right? So by that time it's late. I'm by myself. And usually when I'm by myself, I always sit with God and I call a round table meeting. That's what I call it when I call God in. And we like have talks, you know? It's good. It's healthy. And so for some of you, you may have to defend that. So if you do have to defend that, just know you don't have to defend talking to God. You're allowed to talk to God whenever, however, and wherever you want. Okay? He's within you. You're his creation. Anyway. So I'm sitting there and I'm just holding this. I did not open this. Okay, look how many pages. And I heard, turn to page 359. I'm like, oh, okay, 359. And then I heard, go to the bottom right, but start from the top. So I was like, okay, bottom right, start from the top. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Now, what I got was Ezekiel 2. Okay. Now, I'm going to go down because, well, actually, no, I'm hearing read the whole passage. So we're going to read the whole passage. All right. So Ezekiel 2. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spoke unto me and set me upon my feet. I was literally standing too while I'm reading this. So I'm just like, oh, this is kind of weird. Okay. All right. That I heard him that spoke unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are imprudent children and stiff-hearted. What was the message just about? Okay. All right. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus said the Lord God. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. And thou, Son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, bribers and thorns be with thee, and sorry guys, it's hard to read this old English. My brain's like, and thou dost dwell among scorpions, be not afraid of their words, not be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are the most rebellious. But thou, Son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me. And lo, behold, a roll and a book therein. This book, right? Somebody just prompted me to buy this book, right? And lo and behold, a roll of a book was therein, and he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Okay, so the reason why I was floored by this is because, one, God gave me a specific page to go to, 359. Then he told me exactly where to read. And then as I'm reading it, I'm literally doing what it's describing in the book, right? And where it is that I deliver my messages to, right? They're not always received with love. The people that are even in my household do not receive my messages with love, even when it is directed with complete love, because they are still seeing it from their ego, right? They are rebellious in nature because they are not allowing the compassion of God to enter within them and to allow themselves to see where they have transgressed, right? They're not questioning whether or not it's them. Meanwhile, here I am every day like, God, is it me? What do I need to do? What can I do to make myself closer to you? How can I better myself to be of service for your people, right? There's a difference between souls who ask themselves that question every day and souls who do not. So if you are up against souls who do not ask those questions every day, just allow them to be and trust in God's plan. Like, just trust. And there are going to be days where you're like, I don't know what to do. This morning I was in tears because of the anxiety, but I just let go and I let God, and again I'm brought to verses. So just use me as an example and allow me to be that example for you, because I love you. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. I love you. I can say that with my whole heart and soul. I love you. You are a baby to me. You are God's baby. So if I could hold you and cradle you and pet your beautiful face, I would. Okay, but right now we're in a screen, so okay. All right, well, so that was my fun thing with this book so far. Okay, so anyway, I hope this reading was enjoyable for you. I hope you received something out of this reading. I hope that it brought you some sort of enlightenment. I hope it healed you in some way, right? And I hope that through this experience you are able to then outwardly pour more into yourself, but also more into God, right? Allow that to be that first anchor, because I'm telling you that anchor will never fail. Ever. Okay? All right. Mwah. I love you. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Bye.